Welcome. Fans, thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. The fans here in New Orleans ready to cheer on their Pelicans in this interconference matchup. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team. In the two meetings last year, they came away with wins, never losing.
Yeah, and taking on an interconference foe, certainly not a rival. They're the better team, and they showed it, winning both matchups last season.
Steve, you know, I remember the night you made 7 3-pointers in one quarter, 7 of them in 12 minutes. We're going to see a lot more of that, I think, here tonight.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, now teams are shooting 15, 23s a quarter, and guys are getting up so many attempts. I think you're going to start to see some guys, especially the Steph Currys and Klay Thompsons of the world, that make 10 or 11 in a 3 once they get extremely hot.
Can you imagine if you played right now? I mean, you'd have the green light from beginning to end.
And I'll probably be a center right now, too, Kevin.
Richardson, no luck. Here's Ingles. Shoots over Lynn. And the basket by Ingles. Ingles has got the opening basket of the game for the Pelicans.
Can't sleep on Joe Ingles. Knows how to pick his spots and when to be aggressive.
Pass to Drummond. For 3, Richardson. The shot, no good. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Here's Bertans. He is covered by Bogdanovich. And Lopez gets it to go.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
And really, Lynn has a terrific feel for this offense. Just seems to know whenever one of his guys is open.
Here's Lopez. Ingles with the ball. Back to Lopez. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Lopez has got his second basket of the night. Inside. To the paint. And stolen by Drummond. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Richardson's running. Second chance shot. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Collins. And the Pelicans making a change here. And so it's New Orleans with it. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
Here's Bertans. Following the score by Miami. And there's the call on John Collins. That's foul number 2 for him. Checking in for your and in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Lopez. And the 3 off target.
I'll tell you, the defense dodging a bullet right there. That's his shot.
And again, New Orleans has no luck.
The open mid-range jump shot. He knows he has to hit that one.
And the foul on Tyler Johnson. That is his first foul of the game. To the inside. Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Good eyes by Drummond. He's working on this. Spots the open man, delivers the dive.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And a slam dunk by Richardson.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing. When you look at that lead pass there, he just has such a great feel for the game.
Here's Lynn. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And Lynn plays with a real edge. When he's driving inside, he looks determined to beat everyone to the basket.
Fires from 14. A second chance effort. And it's sent back by Drummond. Puts it up from 12. .129 left to play here in the first. Here's Lynn. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And for Lynn, missing the season last year, he's just glad to be back. His playmaking and creativity is something that this team needs. As long as he's healthy and playing aggressively, he'll be an effective guard option.
And with Lynn, he made a point upon returning from injury, saying he will not change how he plays.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of guys, they'll shy away from contact after experiencing a torn patella like Lynn did, but he knows that he is at his best going at defenders and absorbing that contact. He said he'll try and be more aware of how he lands, but has no plans of changing his game.
Now here's Lynn. Bogdanovich wide open. And it's off from three-point range. Pelicans shooting their second and third shots at the line right here. No good on that one. Well, it seems the Heat's identity is always built, Steve, on defense.
Physical and nastiness, part of the system, part of the culture in Miami.
Now, here is Weber. Harris outside. Right wing. Fires the 3. Galloway with the bucket.
Here's where Galloway excels. Better off the catch than initiating.
And Marvin Williams picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Well, Eric Spoelstra working his way up through the Heat organization, and I hear eventually interested in moving into the front office someday.
And I would say it will be with the Miami Heat, a very loyal, close-knit organization. His dedication and commitment, second to none.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Good finish and transition by Joe Ingles. And on the other side, you have to make sure you get back and defend.
He had stolen by Ingles. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
In the corner, Collins with it. Good on the three-point shot.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. New Orleans on top. They lead by 3. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play.
That's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
That's about as violent as a rim rocker as it gets. A real confidence builder.
A wide open look here for Ingles. The good-looking shot from the wing. Ingles has got 6.
You see the practice time Ingles has put in, completely in rhythm. No problem with that shot.
New Orleans making a switch here. Galloway. No good on the quick three.
You know what, I'll tell you, he's got nothing here in the second quarter after just one made shot in the first.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another before half.
Pass to Bertans. Goes back up. Offensive rebound. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. New Orleans moving it around. Here's Ingles. Here's Bertans. Back to Ingles. And they finally get it to go. A full night's work on the boards in one trip down the floor.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Steve, more and more we hear about players wanting to be traded. The information comes out publicly, whether they leak it or their agent leaks it. Is this a new development, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think because of social media, Kevin, right now, everybody hears a little bit, and even if it's true or not true, it gets spread like wildfire, and it can reach so many different people because of social media quickly, and I think that's the problem we're having right now. It's, you know, social media can be a plus, but it also can be a negative.
It's a good observation. Here's Collins, and finished off by Collins.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
No doubt that could be a gigantic swing in momentum given how that sequence developed.
So it's the Pelicans now. Pass to Whitehead. To the middle. And stolen by Harrell. Now in transition. Here's Lynn. Here we go. Kicks it out to Richardson. Bangs home the trifecta. Richardson's got 5 now.
He's just one of those guys who just knows how to generate offense regardless of the situation.
And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is Miami. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. Trailing by 2. Pass to Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Robinson drives in. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Back to Robinson. Pass to Zubac. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
It looked like a total breakdown to me there. He exploited that hole perfectly and made them pay.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, it is the era of positionless basketball, but how exactly did we get here? Well, new defensive rules at the turn of the century encouraged face-up scoring, motion-based offense, and guard play over isolation and post-ups. As a result, offensive rules have become more interchangeable.
It has become a positionless game now. David, thank you very much. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. And Andre Drummond, an incredible combination of size and athleticism. Steve, any players that he reminds you of?
You know, a young Dwight Howard. He's also been compared to a more athletic Moses Malone. Drummond's rebounding numbers back that up.
And, Greg, what else is there to say about LeBron, one of the best to ever play the game?
I mean, he's been the face of the league for so long, and he's done a tremendous justice to that title. Has always played with so many expectations and really has met every single one of them. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to see a guy like LeBron in the NBA, and he's truly been a generational talent.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. And here are the Heat. They're on a 17-3 run. To the inside. Drummond. Good D by Lopez.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Beautiful pass. LeBron, fun to watch. Intelligent, outstanding read.
And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Harris. Heat moving the ball around. Now, here is Weber. From the corner. Ingles knocks it away.
Unlikely scenario. Joe Ingles times it perfectly. Comes up with the rare rejection.
Here's Weber. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
It's stolen by Anthony. And it's Anthony with the jam.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Weber. Drummond trying to get himself free. Weber gets the bucket.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Yeah, a nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Pass to Ingles. On the wing, Ingles. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. The Heat with the lead. And here's Harris from the arc. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Now Lopez. Anthony up on top. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
And the shooting form of Anthony, just perfect. He's dangerous with the catch and shoot and just terrific at scoring when in rhythm.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Andre Drummond, a prototype athlete at the center position. He checks every box. Leaping ability, lateral mobility, you name it.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And the foul goes against Miami.
You know, maybe the most storied high school player ever. It's amazing to think that LeBron's exceeded expectation here at the pro level.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Collins, good. This tug-of-war game continues.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Here's LeBron. He has 7. Here's Lopez. Got it from 16 feet. Lopez has got it all tied up now for New Orleans.
He can play very well away from the basket. Lopez has the kind of range that not many 7-footers possess.
So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll return shortly. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. James outside. Misses the 3. And it's Miami's ball. Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Drummond. Back to Bogdanovich. 5 on the clock. From deep, Richardson. It's not going to go for him. Great D that time from LeBron. Anthony drives in, and Lopez throws it down.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Really makes the basics look pretty exceptional. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
That can happen when the energy gets turned up, the stakes gets raised. Bad miscue.
Here's LeBron. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
About 1 minute played here in the second half. Pass to Bogdanovich. Now Drummond, covered by Anthony. For three, Richardson sinks the triple. Richardson's got 11. Smitty, there are a lot of funny guys that play in pro sports, and the NBA is no exception now and in the past. Who would you say is the funniest guy you ever played with?
Yeah, a couple guys, Kevin. There's some funny guys. I think one that stands out far as just being a straight comedian, had guys laughing, was Ken Norman. And I think there's another guy that was extremely funny, but he wasn't trying to be funny, was Dikembe Mutombo. Some of the things Dikembe would say and do, it was just hilarious, and he wasn't trying to be funny.
Miami trailer. Miami again turning it over.
I mean, clearly not on the same page right there. You hate to give away possessions.
They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
LeBron's explosiveness right there. If you're not a step early, you're probably going to foul him.
And he makes the first but misses the second. And Alvin Gentry's been coaching in the NBA for almost 3 decades now. Steve, he knows how to get things done.
And a lot of what Gentry does is gives his players freedom. As long as they take care of business, he won't meddle too much. Does a great job of managing personalities and keeping egos in check.
Inside, here's Pertinas. Good, and the assist goes to James. And the Pelicans lead by 2. Richardson gets a wide open look. Off target from three-point range. Lynn looking it over. To the inside. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. That one's on Anthony.
Early in this quarter, he's been aggressive and selective with his shots. Tremendous efficiency.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Whoa!
Beautiful, beautiful. Add that one to LeBron's highlight reel. How about the creativity in midair?
Richardson. No good that time. Some solid defense from Fareed. Anthony with it. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. And LeBron James with the 3. LeBron's got 15 points.
Limitless, the way LeBron affects the game. Showing nice touch there from distance.
It's a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks. Lopez with the steal. And stolen by Drummond. And oh, here we go with Lynn. Nobody back.
You got to keep an eye out for LeBron. He may be lurking. What a block that one was.
New Orleans in the lead. Pass to Lopez. And it's sent back by Drummond. And he gets it back. Here's Robinson. And Robinson throws it down hard.
He just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here. Now a timeout called by Miami. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And here are the Heat now. Weber in the post. Harris inside the line. It's hauled in by Zubac. Pelicans leading by 4. The drive by Anthony.
Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
No good on the second free throw. Back to Weber. .109 left to play in the third. Here's Galloway. Again, the miss by the Heat. And when you think about Melo's scoring back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you.
Rebound by Harrell.
You know, with that much room, you don't lay it up. You throw it down like you've been disrespected.
.34 seconds left in the third quarter. Back to Zubac. Down low. 6 on the shot clock. Anthony trying to get open. The shot is good off the backboard. Zubac has got 12 in the game. Now a timeout called by Miami.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
There's 18 seconds left in the third. Here's Weber. Pass to Galloway. To the middle. The kick out to Williams. A three-pointer off the mark. The Pelicans have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. And the first one at the line is good. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. He got it up. And so it's LeBron James making things happen for the New Orleans Pelicans. We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. The Heat trail by 6. Now here's Lynn. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
And so he hits both. Here's Whitehead. Pass to Bertans. Wants to get it to Zubac, and does. Fareed. No good with the tip. Heat moving the ball around. He gets it in there.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Zubac with it. Richardson covering. Back to Bertans. To the paint. Here's Zubac. And yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
And, Kevin, that's a pretty dangerous play right there. I mean, I don't like to see a player put an opponent in harm's way, as much as you just saw him do there. Glad they pinned a flagrant on him.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. The officials were all over it. They weren't going to let him off the hook that time. Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right. Outside, Lynn. Deep. But they'll get another chance. Another shot. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. New Orleans leading by 5. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Here's Musa. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
When your defense translates into offense, it's a beautiful thing.
And the Heat call time here. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
During that break, Eric Spoelstra had some words for his team. He was not happy with their play. He told them, we're getting outworked out there. Simple as that. We got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Briante Weber. That is his first foul of the game. Pass to Zubac. Inside. And he banks in the layup. Whitehead's got the lead up to 9 now for the Pelicans.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
They might be behind, but you can't blame him. He has been spectacular so far in this one.
And it's Zubac atop the key. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Here's Musa. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
And the jump shot has been a dimension of this game where they've had a clear advantage.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. Pass to Lopez. Now Zubac. And here is Ingles. The 11-footer. 6 to shoot. The kick out to Lopez. Down low. And the basket by Ingles.
Making plays, ball in hand. Joe Ingles with the shot clock in mind and great awareness.
To the middle. Stolen by Zubac. Ingles in the corner. Back to Lopez. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And so here is New Orleans. Pass to Musa. Here is Zubac. And stolen by Harris. Shoots it. No good off the back of the rim.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Pass to Harrell. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Back to Harris. Takes a three. Musa grabs the miss. New Orleans leading by 11.
They thought Ingles would be looking for the jumper. Instead, he puts his head down and makes a play.
Now a timeout called by Miami. They're trailing by 13. 1:14 left to play in the final quarter. .114 left here in the fourth quarter. Outside, Lynn. From beyond the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Lynn's got 6 in the quarter.
And we'll just watch the clock wind down, guys, in what will turn out to be a win here for New Orleans.
Their inside game was what secured them to win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high-percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
Pass to Richardson. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. There's 42 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. There's 39 seconds left to play here in the fourth.
And they've earned this one, showing an ability to dominate in front of their home crowd.
You know, you feel on top of the world when it happens as a player, just the relationship you have with the fans.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
And just putting the finishing touches on this one, they have been on fire.
I mean, a fantastic run. The guys are really clicking, and the scoreboard reflects that.
Pass to Zubac. And Bogdanovich picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Whitehead. So we see New Orleans taking the W here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
And that'll do it, folks.